Good evening, everyone. Today, my group members and I will talk about banking and finance. So, for our assignment, we choose Standard Chartered Bank Malaysia Berhad as our target bank.
So now, I will talk about the product features and criteria. Firstly, the interest rate for a basic savings account by Standard Chartered Bank Malaysia is at 0.25%. Standard Chartered Bank Malaysia also provides several features such as online banking, Standard Chartered mobile app, as well as monthly e-statement that can be received through online banking or via email. To apply for a saving account in Standard Chartered Bank, there are several conditions to fulfill. According to Standard Chartered Bank Malaysia, you must be aged 18 years old and above, as well as a resident in Malaysia to personally open a savings account. If aged between 12 and 17 years old, a trust must be presented to open an individual savings account. Lastly, you will need MyCard for Malaysian citizen or passport and visa validity of not less than 6 months for foreigner. If you want to apply for a savings account online, you will also need to own a saving or current account with online banking access under personal name with another Malaysian bank. In comparison with other banks, Standard Chartered Bank Malaysia is same with most other banks at an interest rate of 0.25%.
I'll be talking about question B regarding the interest rates of Standard Chartered Bank Malaysia. So for a basic savings account under Standard Chartered Bank Malaysia, the interest rates quoted would be 0.25, which is calculated daily and paid every 6 months. There is no minimum balance imposed to qualify for this interest rate, and it is applied to all balances. It offers single-tier interest rates for the basic savings account, which means that no matter how much funds are put into the account, the interest rate applied will still be the same. The minimum amount to enjoy the interest rates is RM1, and there is no minimum period imposed. No further service or maintenance charges will be applied.
So now I will present about customer service and after-sales service. One of the customer service that Standard Chartered Bank Malaysia have is to process online banking, which is include with variety of features such as fund transfer, bill payment, check, transaction history, and so on. The after-sales service they have is when the customer has faced an unauthorized user access his account, he may contact the bank immediately so that they can take the action to tackle the problem. Besides, Standard Chartered Bank also have provide online chat to facilitate communication with user in the first place and to help them solve the problem. Standard Chartered Bank also provide transparent information service such as giving the statement and e-advice. All these statements could be saved and accessed on the customer device. However, they also offer after-sales service as well. They will special give exemption for customer age 65 and above. Customer with disability and business banking and corporate account will be delivered in a paper statement. Besides that, no matter how good a company is, there will be room of improvement. Standard Chartered Bank Malaysia Berhad's customer service can be improved the customer service of the hotline. The reason is if many users deal at the same time, there must be some user who cannot deal successful and solve the problem. Meanwhile, some elderly people or users have difficulty making internet requirement or calling when there is no data online on the phone. They will worry if they run into a scenario where the phone cannot be connected. So in this, we advise the bank can to create a helpline of telephone short message service, which is SMS. The reason for this is to opening one more hotline service can make the user feel more at ease with the bank. All in all, we are very satisfied because the bank have a good service.
Now I would like to talk about the preventive or security measures. The first measure that we recommend is implementing an electronic know your customers process with eKYC. The bank can verify customer information and monitor transactions in real time, making the process faster, more accurate, and cost-effective. The second measure is customer due diligence, which involve gathering information about customers, identifying and verifying their identities, and assessing the risk associated with maintaining a business relationship with them. By performing a comprehensive risk assessment of each customer, the bank can determine the level of risk associated with each customer and apply the appropriate level of monitoring and control. Another recommended measure is implementing an advanced transaction monitoring system to oversee a client's financial transaction in real time, analyze them using AI and machine learning algorithm to detect suspicious activities such as unusual patterns, high-risk transactions, and unusual locations. Lastly, Standard Chartered Bank Malaysia should ensure that all its employees receive regular training on anti-money laundering and counter-financing of terrorism, policies, and procedures.
Strategies to increase bank deposits. The first strategy is research, which can be done by examining the client base and determining demographics, such as deposit patterns, income, and employment. This is because without focus, the right target group will not reach our target, and we will miss potential customers. Besides, there will be a long process for research while there are no internet facilities. However, without self-service terminals, there will be no differences. Secondly, a responsive website is also a useful strategy for a potential customer. They will do an online survey and discover the savings account promotion on the website. This is because people nowadays prefer to survey and ask questions on the official website. So, when there are no internet facilities, customers cannot get responses from the website. Also, customers must visit the physical store for inquiries about savings and to make savings when there are no self-service terminals. Thirdly, physical advertising is also important to increase bank deposits. It may help to increase awareness while encouraging customers to make savings in your bank. The more attractive the marketing campaign, the more people will decide to make deposit in your bank. Moreover, a physical campaign is more trustworthy. Then there will not differences when the bank does not have internet facility or self-service terminal because physical campaign will do not use these facilities.
And now I'd like to talk about the business sector that our group will recommend to the branch manager to focus on his lending. First is the transportation and logistics sector. This is because customer demand is increasing as a result of Malaysians changing purchasing habit during and after the COVID-19, which favor online shopping more. There are 80% of Malaysians now purchase online at least twice a month. Therefore, as the e-commerce industry grows, so did the opportunity for the company to transport goods. Another sector to be advised is the healthcare sector. COVID-19 is not just affect physical health, but also mental health. Therefore, it's an opportunity for the healthcare industry to improve its performance. People are increasingly prepared to accept taking nutrition supplement or receiving pre-treatment in order to avoid being sick. This shows the direction of the healthcare industry, both physically and mentally, since the demand will only keep increase in the near future.
So our group recommend that Ms. Liang Lei should politely decline the gift offered by Dato' Boh Hong. Ms. Liang Lei must comply with Section 115 of the Banking and Financial Institution Act 1989. According to this section, it is forbidden for a credit officer to accept gift from customer. In this case, the gift given by Dato' Boh Hong to Ms. Liang Lei, who were processing her overdraft application, may be perceived as an attempt to influence her decision-making process, and it could be considered a violation of BAFIA 1989. In addition, it is generally considered unethical for employees to accept gifts from customers, since it can create a conflict of interest within the bank context. Moreover, she should inform her supervisor about the situation to maintain the transparency and avoid any appearance of impropriety.
Firstly, Ms. Liang Lei as a credit officer responsibility to approve all the loan application on their merits and not based on the personal relationship or gift received from customers. According to Banking and Financial Institution Act, BAFIA 1989, accepting gift from customer considered as bribery and which is a criminal offence. Section 25 of BAFIA 1989 prohibits offering or giving any gratification, gift or reward to an officer of a financial institution. Ms. Liang Lei cannot keep the gold bracelet because if she received the bracelet means violated the bank policy and BAFIA 1989. She should inform her superior about the offer made by the customer. In conclusion, it's important for credit officers to maintain their independence and avoid conflicts of interest to ensure the integrity and fairness of credit evaluation process.
Now I'll be presenting the part of what are the suggestions of our group if the CCRIS check on Dato' Boh Hong shows that he had issued the check wrongly. First of all, what is CCRIS? CCRIS stands for Central Credit Reference Information System. They are owned by Bank Negara Malaysia to manage all the credit risk management among banks. CCRIS report will be listing out the borrower financing and repayment history from the past 12 months. Next, does Dato' Boh Hong having his own credibility and responsibility? The answer is no. He does not have the credibility as he does not pay the debt on time and all the check he issued has been returned. This is because he provided a wrong post dated, incorrect word and figure, and also a wrong signature. Thirdly, how will CCRIS handle with data bohong? The way CCRIS implemented is Bank Negara Malaysia will track and analyze his financial information, and therefore it will show all the data to Harimau Bank. Next, what is the consequence? CCRIS could decide whether Bank Negara Malaysia pursue him to pay on time or restrict him. Also, he will not allowed to borrow any loan and overdraft in Harimau Bank Company. Therefore, his check will be bounced as the check he issued was not suitable at all. Lastly, our group's suggestion is he should be rejected for the loan as he did not fulfill the correct requirement of information on the check. And after all, he has to pay all the debt from Lee.
Next, we would like to talk about the various forms of security or collateral that the AAA Bank may apply to safeguard its interest in the extra overdraft facility. The first is real estate, which include both residential and commercial property. Real estate is also more desirable as long as its market value continues to increase or maintain steady. In addition, real estate is also its depreciation at a slower rate. Stock, other treasury bonds, and other financial products are among the kinds of investment that can also use as a collateral. This is because the investment is much easier compared to cash, hence the AAA Bank may be willing to deal with it. Last but not least, a blanket lien may also employ as collateral, which is a type of lien that imposes on all or nearly all of the debtor asset. The creditor who has the blanket lien has the right to take any or all of the assets covered by the lien if the debtor is unable to make their regular payment. However, a drawback is that the lien may not immediately remove the company's credit report even though the company's debt is entirely paid off. So that's all for our group presentation. Thank you.